Hello, Fenton Bailey here. This is Cardinal Chains, not to be mistaken for Cardinal Sins, the shmup on the Wonder Swan. It's a puzzle game, obviously. Are you new here or something? And I don't know too much about it. Apparently, I'm doing this. White screens, because that's your favourite, you know? Alright, so far so good. Just click and drag. Game's going to be easy at this rate. Wowzers. It's on itch.io, itch.io. I don't know, I have no idea how you say that in real life. 2 seconds, hang on, wait, I think we're good. Obviously, it's a crazy time. I can't say the C word. I mean, I can't say that anyway, but there's a different C word today. Oh, this has got a 2 on it. I have to go upwards. Can't go 2 to 1. I have to go 1 and 1 and then 2. So I think that's the main crux of this. We're all stuck in the house. I'm fine. Partner's fine. We're all fine. It's all fine as far as I'm aware. Just taking the necessary precautions. But I am also pleased to announce that on Thursday, the 2nd of April, starting from midday, Greenwich Mean Time, I will be participating in a 12-hour Slay the Spire marathon in aid of cats protection as part of the gaming Meowathon. Community as a whole is going to try and raise £10,000 for cats protection charity. Going to be much needed at this time when people aren't going to be leaving the house to adopt cats. So I will put all the links that you need for that in the description. It would be great to see you there. It's going to be on my Twitch channel, which I don't really use very much, but I will use it for this. And I'm going to try and raise a modest £250. And I've played a lot of Slay the Spire, like bordering on 700 hours. So it's going to be a fun time. So hopefully I'll see you there. Let's get back to this, shall we? It's pretty simple so far, I'm not going to lie. Whoa, wait a minute. There we go. Pretty simple. I would have liked, if I'm being honest, to see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would have liked to have seen not quite as so many of these introductory "Do you get it yet? Do you get it yet? Do you get it yet?" levels, because I get it, alright? So I mean, this one's just teaching me that I don't have to go from 1 to start with, as long as the numbers are in ascending order. Oh, whoops. Twenty levels in, not really seeing any challenge yet. How many levels are on this thing? This is on the games to help you stay inside bundle on itch.io. I guess it wouldn't be itch.io, would itchy.io. It would be itch.io or itch.io, or yeah, those must be the numbers. Anyway, as part of the games to help you stay inside bundle or collection, many heavily discounted. Some are up to 100% discounted. This one, pay what you like for, basically. Let's not say that it's free, because it's not free. It's not recommended that you download it for free. It's recommended you pay what you think it is worth. 2s, and then all the 4s, and then 6 and then 8. Oh, okay. Alright. Double colours. Now we're talking. This is more my speed. I mean, if there's 500 levels in this, which the page implies there are, I think they could have been could have heavily cut down some of those first 20 that are all just teaching you the same thing. Right. This is good. All right. This is better. We've got some sort of actual logical deduction to be doing here. So, like, obviously the red one has to go here, but that doesn't. The fact that there's no specified end point is going to make things interesting. Whoops, I was like, why isn't this working? It's because I didn't know the rules of the game. Wait, why did that do that? That's because I dragged it back over there. So this could in theory end there, but because the 3s are on both sides, it doesn't really work. So this has to be this. And then so the red and the green both have to get a 3 under their belts, yeah. At least 1 3 under their belts. There's probably more than one solution to that, but I don't know. 1 2 2 3 4. Not gonna happen. Because you can't jump from this 2 to this 3 to this 4. So it's probably this. Okay. I'm not a pro streamer. That's talking about streaming content over the internet, not any other definition of the word streamer you may be imagining right now. I'm not a pro streamer. But I have done some stuff. Got a webcam now. Well, I don't say I have a webcam. I found a cool little app for my phone that can turn it into a webcam. So hopefully that works. Seems to work in testing, but when it goes live, who knows? Anything can happen, right? Some overlays for the charitable information. This would be quite a good video to go back to after I'm finished doing the 12 hours, because I was about to say I don't feel like 12 hours is going to be too much of a challenge. I kind of just picked a number that sounded reasonable, that I didn't want to do 24 hours. And you can't really do 18 hours, what's that, right? If you do 18 hours, people just do 24 hours, you book. So 24 hours seems too long, but for me, currently. 12 hours is reasonable. I think the problem from doing 12 hours, this has to be this. Let's get that done. The problem for me with doing 12 hours is that any more than 12 hours is that you've got to pick a start and an end time that makes sense. If you did 24 hours, you could start at like 8 in the morning, I suppose, but then you'd be finishing at 8 at night, at 8 in the morning the next day. And then you'd have to go to bed, like, straight away. And then you'd wake up at, like, 2 in the afternoon, rested, but... Oh, I've suddenly can't do this one while talking at the same time. One of them has to end here, and one of them has to end here. There we go. 12 hours at least, you know, start at midday, end at midnight. There's a few stretch goals in there for a few extra hours, which I may amend depending on how the donation goes, because I'm putting a modest total in. It's quite modest. I don't think I'll hit it even, but I didn't want to, like, stroke my own ego by saying like £1,000, because don't see that happening at all. So I put a few stretch goals in for an extra hour or two, just as, you know, a bit of incentive, which is, again, it's a bit ego stroking, I suppose, because that means that'll be from midnight till 1 a.m. and from 1 a.m. until 2 a.m. Like, no one's going to be watching that. But maybe they'll do it anyway, just to... it's not about people watching it, I have to remember that. It's actually not about people watching it. This content's for people watching. I want people to watch this. The stream, in this case, is more just sort of a means to an end. That's not going to be right. To raise money for the cats. I could address the elephant in the room here, which is, why are you raising money for cats in such a time when maybe people need the money? Well, I don't really like people. You know, that's not fair, obviously, but you know what I mean. And the second reason is this event was planned a long time before this whole thing became an issue, so it seemed unfair to have it be lost in the noise of the big C. Is this a good way to do all the ones? Not really, right? Because now these threes are all cut off. I mean, I could do this. I might actually have to think about this one. Imagine that. It's probably not... Ah, interesting. It's got to be that, right? There's no other way. Which means that then this would have to be this. That would have to be this. Yeah. Yes, okay. Okay. Oh, 4 colours? You're just going mad. You're going absolutely mental. That's not necessarily true. Oh, yes it is, because that would mean that this one doesn't get touched. Because this would have to go like this. Which means then that has to go like this, because red's the only colour that can go that way. God help you if you're colourblind, by the way. Couldn't see any options or anything for this game, so, you know. I like it. Yeah, as I say, like, we're already on level 37. I feel like maybe the game could have had some more curation, because I really didn't even pay attention to the first 20 levels beyond drag all the numbers in order. But if they wanted to get their number up to a nice even 500, then I suppose that's fair. Okay, we've got a problem here. We've got a problem in that this red one can either go here or here, but then it can't go anywhere else. So we have to decide which one of those it would rather do. And I'm thinking it must be this. But then we've got a problem. If we do that, green can only go there. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. It's not a problem at all. Visually, it is entirely my jam. Now, my partner jokes with me about this, about how I look at thumbnails, and I mean, that's the whole point of why these thumbnails are designed. Looked at thumbnails for games, and if it's like just flat colours with geometric shapes, I like click it straight away. I'm like, I want to know what that is. Show me what that is right now. And she's right. I mean, that's not 100% the case all the time. Like Pipe Push Paradise, for example. Like I would never have really clicked that if it wasn't called Pipe Push Paradise. The thumbnail, if the thumbnail was just gibberish, it wasn't the English language, it was just symbols that I didn't understand, I probably would have gone, it looks like some walking simulator for SJWs. That's not my real opinion, by the way. I love SJW walking simulators. They are the best genre of game. And the reason I don't do video series on them is because, yeah. Ignore that joke, that kind of went off. I didn't really plan that to be funny, and it wasn't. So that one was a bit of a whiff. Bit of a whiff, that one. So this has to do this and this. So yeah, visually this game is my jam. The flat colours, the numbers, the squares. Oh yeah, look at it. So 10 out of 10 presentation-wise. 10 out of 10 for the thumbnail, man. I clicked that thumbnail so hard. It was just like a black square with loads of different coloured squares inside it, and I like the tunnelling, the way the boundaries of the squares disappear when the colours line up. Like, just that as a screenshot to me, it's beautiful. Like, but you know, that's just me, I suppose. What are we going to do with this too? We could do that. Seems like a waste, but that does actually work. So there we go. Are there going to be any more mechanics, or is it just going to be 4 colours? Who knows? Let's keep going and find out. Obviously this, and then this would make the most sense, and then that would make the most sense again. This would make the most sense for you. Now we have a bit of a problem here, in that we can't go 2, 3, 2, so we can do this, which means we would have to revise this, but otherwise that's fine. It's big. It's too big. Yeah, I don't like it. This one up here is bugging me. Because I could just cover a lot of greens with it. But that doesn't seem correct, because then that leaves yellow in a weird spot. And it also leaves this one here in a very, very, very unlikely to be dealt with spot. That deals with all of those twos. And then that deals with the rest of it. Nice. Just gonna go back and make the game easier for a time, just because apparently we've run out of ideas now. Oh, and you spoke too soon on that one. It's fine. There's only really 2 ways to do that, and the first one you try will be wrong, and then you'll solve it. What is this all about? We've got to do that. Now I have to logically work out which one of these 2 has to go this way. I feel like it has to be this one, because if this one went this way, then this red one can only really go this far, which would just be totally nonsensical. Wait, that makes no sense, does it? Oh, this blue one's not finished, that's why. I was looking at it like this doesn't make any sense, but this blue one can actually keep making moves. How are we going to deal with this one? Maybe that is wrong. No, it can't be. Yeah, I've got a bit of an issue here. The green one can do this. Okay. It's good. I like it. You could probably get it on your phone, I imagine. I imagine this was a ideal phone time game time. 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Ah, no, I've been rused. It's a ruse. Oh, no, it's not. 5 colours? Are you serious? That doesn't work. If red goes that way, it can only go that far, but blue can't go that. Oh, blue can go that way, but then that doesn't solve that problem. So red must have to do this. But then that means that blue has to come this way to get that done, which then has a knock-on effect on green, but then at least can go a lot of the way around. Blue can keep going this way, in fact. Green has to do this so that yellow can, or orange can mop up the rest of that. It's good. It's a good game. I wonder if the numbers are sort of obfuscating a mechanic that could have been dealt with in another way. Probably not. It's probably the best way to do it. Oh, I'm just thinking now, I'm not even solving the puzzle, I'm just thinking about, like, if this were an arrow, for example, on here, it would look a lot worse. But if the arrow said you could only enter from this direction or this direction, that would look horrendous, but would achieve the same result. So red is going to have to be entirely wasted on some of these. It's just a matter of which way around. Probably not up, because you can jump from 1 to 6. Just seeing if there's any way you can mark these as like a string. Just say that at least this has to go 1, 6, 6, or you want it to go 1, 6, 6. So it's either 4 or 5. And it won't be 4, because if it were 4 and yellow were to do this, then purple's blocked out. So it must be this way. And this must be this. Blue must be this. Oh no, wait. Blue can in fact do all of that. But then green is not doing anything now. But then green could do this. Haha, my assumption was incorrect. But thankfully, it wasn't that hard to work out why. Oh no! What a joke. Excuse me? Alright, let's get to 50. See if they introduce a new mechanic, and if not, we'll call it a day. That can't be, can it? You'd have to, though. If blue were to do that, which would make the most sense, because if it doesn't, that just doesn't make any sense at all, does it? So again, another colour's going to have to be wasted here. That is obviously incorrect. That's not very good, is it? As far as solutions go, it's pretty weak sauce. Thank you. Oh no! Excuse me? What do you mean 1 is less than 2? This is a problem, isn't it? It has to be that then. Which also makes this very inconvenient. Makes that very inconvenient. There's no other colour that can reach this. The same with this, and the same with this, which means that this is correct. Okay, it must be, mustn't it? Because I mean, you could say that blue could go this way, but then now nothing gets here, right? Which means this is forced. There we go. There it is. It's big. It's a big boy. Look for the ones. The ones are important. Or at least the lowest number is important. This mess of ones here is not very pleasant. If this is forced, which I suspect it is, well, it has to be, then that means that this is the end of that. Which means purple can't go down here because then nothing covers this 3. But now we've got a problem with getting all this done. That has to have been right. Like, that has to be right. There's no other number. There's no other colour that gets here. Because when they're this far out, they have to be connected by an unbroken chain of the lowest number on the board, which is 1. Same with this. And then this is up for... This could be anything, right? Like, there's so much here going on. It's not worth looking at. So red is empty. Green could do this. Blue can do this. Still got an issue with this up here. Quite a severe issue. How can we squeeze this out of here? And what if green did do that after all? No, that's even worse. Because if you do this, then you then have to do this to get the 4. So you may as well at least mop up some 1s while you're there. But then that doesn't leave you much for any other colour to do to get to this 3. Which makes me think that something is wrong somewhere. But it can't be. Like this, there's no way that this is anything else, right? It's this string of 2s. How do you get the string of 2s and get this 3 at the same time? If you send green this way, you can do it, but then how do you get these 1s? You don't. Spoilers, you don't. And that looks nice and neat, right? Nope. It's close. It's very close. It's this. This is a nightmare. This 3 here is an absolute nightmare. It means a colour has to end on it, which is not green. So the purple, which does something like that, which just doesn't make any sense to me because... But then if blue ends on it, then purple's stuck anyway. So it has to be this, or some variation of this. That probably did not need to take me that long, but the crux of it was here with the 1s, which is what I figured. Right, that'll do. This was the game with the name that I forgot. Cardinal Chains. There we go. Cardinal Chains. How did this take me half an hour? All right. Sorry about that. Hope you enjoyed it. Cardinal Chains. Link in the description. It's good. It's good. It's fine. I mean, like it's not very expensive. It's not like they're asking you for $39.99 for it, dollars or pounds. So yeah, pick it up. Link in the description. It's good. It looks nice. I think it looks nice. Anyway, don't forget Thursday, 2nd of April, midday. Slay the Spire charity stream over on the Twitch. I will put a link to the campaign page in the description below as well. Hope to see you over there if you've not ever played Slay the Spire, or even if you have. Everyone's welcome. No backseating, please, but everyone's welcome, and I'll do my best to explain the game to anyone who has any questions. Other than that, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time, providing we are all still alive, which I guess you could apply that to any video, so that's not a direct reference to any world events. So, thank you, and goodbye.